what's up my loves? My name's Mina, and today I'm here to confess that I am addicted to friends to lovers romance. Like, I really am. It's my new favorite trope. Like, I always used to think that friends to lovers was such a boring trope and just, it was not interesting. I did not enjoy it. But I've come to realize the power of friends to lovers. I've come to realize how amazing a trope it is. And I just want to talk about some of my favorite friends to lovers books, or some friends to lovers books that I've read in recent months that I definitely think that you guys should read. And then hopefully you guys will leave me some friends to lovers recommendations in the comments below. So before we get too deep into the recommendations, I do just want to say a kind thank you to today's sponsor, Literati. So Literati is a book club and a book subscription service where basically the conversation about books and reading can go a lot deeper. So basically with Literati, to join a book club you get to pick a luminary, and these luminaries are artists, authors, leaders, thinkers, etc. So there are people like Roxane Gay, whose book club I am a part of. There's Malala, Steph Curry, some other amazing authors like Jesmyn Ward, etc. And basically you pick which luminaries book club you would like to be a part of, and then you get sent the book for that particular month. At the time of filming this is currently June, and so our book in the Roxane Gay book club is Of Women in Salt by Gabriela Garcia. And so you get this little bookmark as well as the book. You also get a little letter from your book club leader. So this is a note from Roxane Gay about the work that we're going to be reading and about the themes in it and stuff like that. And you also get this little like before reading book guide. So it tells you a little bit about the author, about the story itself, the themes it's going to cover, and everything like that. So you get to discuss your books with the luminary who is in charge of your book club, as well as other readers, and you just get to discuss like the themes and all that kind of stuff. And it's really cool service, I think. Let's say for example 1 month the book that your book club is reading just doesn't interest you, or it's a theme or a topic that doesn't really do anything for you, or you just want to try out like the different luminaries book clubs and see what their clubs are like, what they're talking about and everything like that. You can very easily switch from book club to book club. So if 1 month you want to rock with Roxane Gay and another month you want to rock with Malala, like you can do that. So I think it's really cool. Also, you get a lot of like inside discussions with your luminary and with like the authors of the books that you're going to discuss and everything like that. So for example, this month there was a discussion between Roxane Gay and the author Gabriela Garcia, and you get access to that through the Literati app and like website. Literati offers 2 membership options, standard and premium. So the premium option includes a book delivered to your doorstep every month, app access, as well as a monthly payment option. And with the standard option, you buy your own book, but you have access to the app and your luminary and like the book clubs, the discussions, and all the other perks that I mentioned. Also, all members can purchase any book from any club at discounted like members only prices, up to 60% off the book's original price. So I would definitely recommend checking them out. Thank you so much to Literati for sponsoring this video, and let's get into these recommendations. So the first recommendation that I'm going to give you guys is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. We Meet on Vacation is about these 2 characters, Alex and Poppy. And Alex and Poppy, they are college best friends. They've been friends for over a decade now, and every year they go on this annual summer vacation together. However, but prior to the start of the story, 2 years ago, they had this one vacation where things just go wrong. We don't know exactly what happened, but something has gone wrong and it's really affected their friendship. They aren't anywhere near as close as they used to be. And basically at the start of the story, Poppy decides that she wants to rekindle their friendship. So she's going to plan one last like epic vacation to try and rekindle their friendship. This book is so fucking amazing. It's friends to lovers excellence. I mean, I truly feel like this is the peak of the trope. So I'm starting to list off a bit, you know, with the expectations a bit high. But I really do think that People We Meet on Vacation is like the peak of the friends to lovers trope because it is so good. Alex and Poppy have the most precious, adorable friendship. Like, they have all of these wonderful inside jokes. They really understand each other on such a deep level. And I feel like the care and the compassion that they have for each other as friends just transitions so beautifully into them as like a romantic relationship. They're just so sweet together. They're so funny together. And I also think if you like the opposites attract trope, you will really like this because Poppy is a really like fun, spontaneous, outgoing type of person, and Alex is really like, I want to say he's more like shy, reserved, more methodical, and I definitely think that their personalities just go together so well. Like, their personalities do not clash at all. They just complement each other so beautifully. So I really think that if you like the friends to lovers trope, you should definitely check this out. It's really good, really angsty, very fun, very heartwarming, heart-wrenching. It's a little bit emotional. I read it in one sitting and it was amazing. Highly, highly, highly recommend people we meet on vacation. Okay, so my next recommendation is going to be Maybe This Time by Christina C. Jones. This is a wonderful, super fun, friends to lovers, married in Vegas trope book. So maybe this time we're following these two friends, Des and Tracy. They have been friends for like over 20 years. They've been friends for a really long time. One night they both get super drunk. They live in Vegas, so they get super drunk. They're on the strip. They end up getting married, and them getting married helps them realize that they actually have feelings for each other that they're finally ready to act on. This book is really fun. It's really cute. It's very steamy. I think that Christina C. Jones, you know, queen of black romance in my opinion, she just always puts out a banger. Her books are always funny. They're always sexy, and I really love her characters. So I think that Tracy and Des, their relationship and like the vibes that they have together, the chemistry, it was all just really good. It was really giving what I needed to give, and I would highly, highly recommend it, especially if you like the married in Vegas trope. I think that it was really fun in that regard. Okay, up next I have Worship by Jack Harbon. So this is a story about these two characters who had crushes on each other when they were in high school. So they both had like a mutual crush on each other that they never acted on, but they end up reuniting at their high school like 10-year reunion. They end up reuniting at the reunion, and they also hook up in the school locker rooms at the reunion. A bit risque. And so the story just starts from there. We get to see them catching up after like 10 years apart and just deciding that they're going to embark on this relationship together. So it's kind of like a friends to lovers. I would say the friendship aspect is not focused on like super heavily, but they were friends in high school and they did have mutual crushes on each other. So I think if that's something that you like, if you like the idea of like two old friends kind of rekindling a friendship and relationship later on in life, you should definitely check it out. Okay, next, Isn't It Bromantic by Lisa K. Adams. This book was so good. You guys have to check it out. I was so lucky to be able to read an arc. It was just amazing, iconic. We love it, we stand. Following these two characters, Elena and Vlad. And Elena and Vlad, they are two best friends. They've been childhood best friends. They both grew up in Russia together. And Vlad is now a professional hockey player in the NHL. He offers to marry Elena so that she can come to the United States with him and she can go to school in America and everything like that. So they are childhood friends to marriage of convenience basically, and in this story they are trying to get their marriage of convenience to a real marriage because Vlad is actually really, really in love with her. He wants their relationship to be real and sincere, but you know, he's not sure if that's what Elena wants. So there's a little bit of a miscommunication there, but it's really good. I mean, childhood friends to lovers, marriage of convenience, a little bit of miscommunication, but in like a good way, not in an irritating, annoying kind of way, just in a like nice, fun, angsty way. But this story is really, really fun. It's really funny. It has an amazing friend group. Also, it has like that like injury trope because Vlad, he gets hurt in the beginning of the story at one of his games, and Elena comes home to like take care of him. And so I feel like if you like that trope where one character is like sick or injured and then the love interest takes care of them, you should totally read this. It was really good. I really loved it. It was so sweet, and it just gave me all the feelings. I would highly recommend it. So the next recommendation that I have for you is Truth or Dare by Danielle Allen, and this is about two college best friends. They're actually a part of like this larger college friend group, and basically their friend group, they always play Truth or Dare every time they all get together. So essentially we are following this friend group about 10 years after they've graduated from college. They're all still best friends and they are attending the wedding of their mutual friends. So our two main protagonists are Kingston and Simone. They reunite at this like destination wedding for their friends, and they start to feel little sparks of attraction between them. It's really fun. It's really cute. I think if you like vacation romances, or if you like romances that have to do with like weddings, like the characters are attending a wedding and stuff like that, if you enjoy that kind of thing, you will probably really like Truth or Dare. So I recommend it. So the next book that I'm going to recommend to you guys is a book that I talk about literally all the time, but I feel like you should take my recommendation if you haven't read it already. And you should read Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. So Take a Hint, Danny Brown, we're following these two characters, Danny and Zaf. Danny is a professor and Zaf is a security guard at the building that Danny teaches in. They have like this kind of workplace flirtation, kind of friends, acquaintances thing going on. It kind of gives me like a Jim and Pam from The Office vibe. If you watch like the first season of The Office, they really give that same Jim and Pam vibe in my opinion. One day there's a fire drill at the university and Danny does not know. She's caught completely unawares, and so she gets stuck in the elevator and Zaf has to save her. He kind of fireman carries her out of the building. Everyone takes pictures. The pictures go viral, so everyone thinks they're in a relationship. So they decide they're going to fake date so that they can kind of milk this 15 minutes of fame to help Zaf raise awareness for this nonprofit organization that he has. I feel like if you enjoy the friends to lovers trope in the sense where like the friends go from being just platonic to being like friends with benefits to catching feelings for each other, I think you will enjoy this book. It is very, very fun, very hilarious. I love the characters. They're very soft for one another. They're so sweet and adorable, and I absolutely love them. So yeah, I think if you like the whole like platonic friends to friends with benefits to lovers pipeline, you will enjoy this book. You should definitely check it out. It's amazing. 100% recommend. Yeah. So my next recommendation is going to be Determining Possession by Christina C. Jones. Yes, this is the second Christina C. Jones book on this list, but Christina C. Jones is truly that girl. You really have to check her out. Determining Possession is a sports romance, and we're following these two characters, Will and Ramses. So they are co-workers, and they co-host this kind of like sports talk show together. But Ramses, he is like he used to be a professional football player, and Will, she used to run track. So this is a friends to lovers romance between them because Will, she's recently broken up with her ain't shit boyfriend, and Ramses is kind of like, you know, being a good friend to her, helping her through her breakup, and, you know, maybe sliding on in there because he's been feeling her for a while now, and, you know, he's gonna finally shoot his shot. They are so fucking cute together. I love them so much. Will and Ramses are they're just amazing. They're just iconic. Like, we love them, we stan. It's just really good. It's really fun. I think if you like sports romance, you will really enjoy this. And Will and Ramses are just an iconic couple. And I read this book like a while ago, like maybe 2 years ago at this point. But I think about this book all the time. I think about this couple all the time. They are just the moment. So I would highly recommend it. Okay, so my next recommendation is going to be The Perfect First by Maya Hughes. This is a like new adult sports romance. I really loved it. It was so iconic, and I think about it all the time. It was a really fun time. So The Perfect First is about this character named Persephone and this guy Reese. So Persephone, she is a really sheltered kind of like child prodigy. I don't want to say a child prodigy. She's like 19 or something like that, but like she's really close to graduating college already. Because of this, she's really sheltered, and her family has really tried to like micromanage all of her life. So she has finally, you know, broken away from her family, and she has this one semester where she can just do whatever she wants because she's living on campus for college. And so she decides that she's going to complete all of her different firsts. She wants to lose her virginity, she wants to go to a club, she wants to go to a bar, she wants to drink for the first time, she wants to do all these things, and she wants to have all of her perfect firsts. So she decides that the perfect way to, you know, knock that pesky old virginity out of the way is to hold auditions for what man is going to take her virginity. And accidentally she ends up interviewing this guy named Reese, who's a football player, and he mistakenly believes that she is a talent scout that he's supposed to be talking to, but in reality she's just like a very weird girl auditioning people to take her virginity. And Reese is like, girl, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is very dangerous, this is very weird, please don't do whatever this is that you're doing, let me help you. So Reese and Persephone, they end up like becoming friends, and Reese decides that he's going to help initiate her into all of the firsts that she wants to do. So, you know, he takes her to her first party, her first bar, all this different kind of stuff, helping her like, you know, experience college to the fullest. And this is just a really cute, really fun story. I really love Persephone and Reese together. They just were so sweet. They were so fun together. I love them a whole lot. They go from this platonic friends vibe to they really like each other, and it's just so good. I really loved it. I really stand. It was amazing. So the last book on this recommendation list is going to be Queen Move by Kennedy Ryan. Queen Move follows these two characters, Kimba and Ezra, and Kimba and Ezra were childhood friends. Friends literally from infancy. Like, they used to share baths together. Their moms were best friends, and we basically followed them from infancy until they're about 13 years old, at which point their friendship is kind of broken up because Ezra, he moves away. So this story follows Kimba and Ezra after they reconnect, I don't know, like damn near 20 years later, and their friendship still feels just as strong as ever, and the pull and the chemistry between them feels just as alive as it was 20 years ago. And this is a really like, I want to say this is a really like emotional, like it's one of those stories that's kind of like tugging at your heartstrings, and Kimba and Ezra really feel like soulmates in a like platonic way, in a romantic way. Like, they just have this vibe between them where they just feel like two people that are meant to be together. So I feel like if you like childhood friends to lovers. And if you like stories that are about characters who really feel like they have like soul ties with one another, I think you will really enjoy Queen Move, because this is a very interesting like family saga, really dramatic, but it's also very romantic, very sweet, and Kimba and Ezra are really interesting characters. Kennedy Ryan is a really amazing writer, and I would definitely say check it out. Thank you guys so much for indulging me in my friends to lovers addiction. Thank you for listening to me gush about all of those books, and please do feel free to leave me some friends to lovers recommendations in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them, and I'd love to add them to my TBR. So please leave me some in the comments below, and also leave me this emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video, and thank you to Literati for sponsoring this video. Bye guys! Like, comment, and subscribe. And a special thank you to all of my wonderful patrons.